Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Valeska and today I'm going to do a video about a topic that I really wanted to cover. So now there's a thing called MAPS, which is minor attracted persons. And this is the new way they're trying to call people who are what used to be called perverts, or people who were attracted to children or abusing or trying to have sexual relations with children. So I think this is just preposterous that someone will now try to say that it's okay to have an attraction to children who aren't even fully developed or have a solid mind to decide what they want or don't want. So now a grown man or woman can say, hey, I'm attracted to children, and that's okay. It's a normal thing. It's just a different attraction versus what's common, so it's okay. I think that's just crossing the line. And even the Bible talks about protecting children, and this is not what we're doing here. We're just going to say, hey, no big deal. This grown person who's an adult has an attraction to a child, and that's just their preference. This is not a preference thing. It's wrong. It is not okay. We have to, at the end of the day, do what's best for the child who's actually innocent in this case. Matthew chapter 18 verse 6 even talks about whoever causes these little ones who believe in me to sin, it would be better for that person to have a millstone wrapped around their neck, fastened around their neck, and sent down into the depths of the sea. Like, God doesn't like us messing with his children or contaminating their minds. Think about it. If we're Christians and we're supposed to believe about waiting until marriage and doing things the way God designed, how does it make sense for an adult to be attracted to a child and now they're going to be pursuing a relationship with them? Not to mention probably having sex outside of marriage with a child. A child should not be having sex, much less with an adult. Like, that's just straight up manipulation. And if anything, grooming the child, because they're not in the position to know better. They're completely at the mercy of adults. If you ask me, our society has gone too far. We cannot just sit by and say this is okay. Imagine if somebody is attracted to your brother, your sister, your child. Okay, will we say it's okay then? Put yourself in the shoes of the people who actually would have a child, who now this adult man or woman would come to and say, hey, I'm attracted to this child, which is your child, or your niece, or your nephew. I mean, there's even grown men now who are being adopted, or women, whatever, by older couples and saying they're a 7-year-old girl when it's a grown man, like living as an adopted child to an older couple. And now that person can now date your child, your cousin, your niece, your nephew, your family member, your child even. Are we really that far gone in the society that we're not going to call this out for what it is? It's wrong. You're trying to say perverts or pedophiles, really, pedos, do not exist anymore. They're now just called MAPS, a nice, easier way to say things, and then make it have a new cover on the outside to make it less adverse or less what it really is. A pervert or a pedophile is what it is. It's not a minor attracted person. A minor, there should be nobody who's an adult who could be attracted to a minor, and that should be okay. That can't be the case. We're supposed to protect the children, and now it's like we're just gonna let grown men and women who already develop and form and have something that's off base be okay and say, oh, we have to protect them and not the children. They're attracted to children, so it should be. Who cares about the fact that the children are still children? Ever hear of the stories of what happens to children who were molested? It's never a good outlook for them or a turnout. They are tormented by all the stuff that occurred to them. So if it's going to be now normal for an adult to date a child or have sexual relations with them, how is that going to look for the child now in their future? Are we going to protect the children or an adult who chooses to be a pedophile? I'm sorry. Like, there should not be a protection for someone who's trying to take advantage of an innocent child. And that's what I think. So I want to hear from you guys. What are your thoughts about MAPS, or minor attracted persons? Yeah, I think potentially we should get them help, but I can't say that I think it's okay to let an adult date or have sexual relations with a child who doesn't even have the full developed mind state to make that kind of decision.